Hi, this is Cannafyl Ed. All right, again, trying to help clear up some of the confusion that's out there. Let's talk about pricing. Okay, so we hear all the time at why is there such a difference in pricing out there? Why can I see one bottle that's $29 and another bottle that's $69 and they both look like the same size and the same potency? Well, that's because there's definitely some tricks out there that people are using. Keep in mind, this space is still not as regulated as it should be. Um, Now, so we should be doing the regulating, but I'm not sure everybody is doing that. So let's talk through this a little bit. Now, I'm a very visual person, so I have my visual tools here. Let's go to the plant first. Now, it's interesting that a hemp plant is it's this great big tall weed looking plant. I mean, it grows, it's 10 feet tall when it's done. It is not bushy like the marijuana plant. This is really tall. It's the majority of this plant is all stalk. Okay, so roughly about 85% of the plant is stalk. The other 15% of it is leaves and flowers. Now, CBD is present in all the entire plant. But let me give you an idea on cost. So acquiring CBD from the leaves and the flowers can be between $700 and $1,500 per pound. All right, so $700 to $1,500 per pound. If I were to just go out and source the stalk, $24 a pound. Okay, so you see the big difference there. There's CBD in there, but it's not. Now, what else do we know about this plant? So there's growers out there. There is a very unique machine that is required to be able to take the leaves and the flowers off of that stalk, and not everybody's able to afford that. So it's common out there that they'll just take the entire plant stalk and everything, 85% of the stalk and the rest, and just put it all in a grinder and sell it that way. So that's probably the one of the larger variances of price. What does that mean to you? The bioavailability in the leaves and the flowers is so much greater than what derives from the stalk. Now, okay, so that's probably number one. So leaves and flowers. Pretty important. See if you can find out where it's coming from. And don't be afraid to ask, especially when shopping online. But most of the time, when I see a big disparage between pricing, that's the first thing I see, is that they're using stalks instead of leaves. Next one is, hey, let's go over here to packaging because this is kind of entertaining. All right, so I see, people who, let's say the same bottle or the same product, they're both $40. And commonly, like a tincture product that'll look like this, usually will come in a 30 milliliter bottle, okay, which means it has 30 droppers, each dropper being 1 milligram. All right, so if in fact you would use not 1 milligram, 1 milliliter. If you were to use 1 milliliter dropper once a day, this product then would last you for 30 days. We're all good? And now this particular product is 500 milligrams. So you want to take 500 milligrams, divide that by 30 droppers, right? Because that's one dropper a day. There's 30 of these droppers in this bottle. And if you were to do that, you would find that each dropper is 16 milligrams worth of CBD. Okay? So if I fill the dropper up all the way to the top line, I'm going to get 16 milligrams of CBD. When you go onto Cannafyl, you can look at our dosage card, and this will help you determine not only what your correct dosage is, but how to arrive at it. All right, now if I only want to do half of the dropper, I'm now at 8 milligrams. So you see how simple this is now, right? So you take the full milligram strength, 500 milligrams should be on every package, divide it by the number of milligrams, that's the total size of this bottle, and then see if there's a measurement on here, but there should be. And this is 1 dropper, so we just do the math. 500 milligrams divided by 30 means that each one of these droppers, that's how much is going to be in there, in the dropper. All right. So now for the packaging. So interesting enough, so I picked up this bottle for $30, and there's another bottle that's twice as big. So instead of a 30 milligram or milliliter bottle, it's a 60 milliliter bottle. And again, they're going to charge the same price, but you're like, oh my goodness, I'm getting twice as much. Totally a better deal. Say 500 milligrams, 60 milliliters means what? So if 60 millimeters, so you got to take 500 milligrams divided by 60 now, and that means each full dropper now is only 8. So to do the same thing, you'd have to take 2 full droppers. Okay, so yes, it's a little bit of a packaging trick, so keep an eye on that kind of thing. So packaging is an entertaining one. So, and we're going to represent it like this. Package 1 and package 2. So watch out for it. $40, $40. Not always going to be the same, okay? All right. Item number 3, ingredients. All right, I'm a chef. I know how important ingredients are. They make or break it. If I want just regular ketchup, yeah, I'll go to the store and buy regular ketchup. But it's pretty cool to make ketchup. And when you do, you tend to put a lot more into it. You saute ingredients, you prepare things, you buy the best to put in there. So ingredients do matter. You know, a lot of vendors are going to go for the inexpensive stuff. They're going to validate it. So that is going to drive the price down. And the ingredients have an important role when it comes to both your health and the solubility of this product. So if your ingredients aren't done correctly, this may not mix well. You may get a lot moves to the bottom. There's just lots of little problems. In addition to, you know, we don't know if there's anything toxic in there. So along with ingredients, not a single thing goes into this product unless it has its own certificate of its own COA. So and it has to be done by a third-party testing lab. And with that, we have assurance of the high quality. We know that everything that's in there and how important that is to us. And then we just go for the highest because nobody's going to go through that work unless they're charging premium price for it. So we do. We put the highest ingredients in there. And then we follow up with our own testing center. So there you go. There's some of the 3 biggest reasons why. This is, by the way, a label with ingredients written on it. How's that? These are the biggest reasons why you'll see a big disparage in pricing when you're shopping around. And you know, when it comes, all 3 of these, probably the biggest one that gets thrown by people is somebody buys something that's inexpensive, $25 online. It says it's 1,000 milligrams of CBD, hemp oil, or something crazy, and they try it, and it doesn't solve their need that they were buying it for. That not only is disappointing, they wasted that money and all that time. Now they are going to get thrown off of CBD as an alternative to some of the treatments that we're currently using and never go back. So what a shame, because this stuff is absolutely, it was just a miracle that we got back to it. So if you do buy something that's inexpensive and you try it and didn't really do what you thought it would do, don't give up. Try somebody who knew what they were doing, that had demonstration that they were using the leaves and the flowers, not the stalk, that their ingredients are of high quality and it's backed by a COA, a third-party test. And then finally, the packaging makes sense. It's not, there's no trickery going on. Okay, hope that was helpful. I'll keep sharing these ideas to help clear up the confusion that's in the CBD space. Bye now.